Okay. Hey, how are you, David McPherson?
I'm good.
Good. I'm going to be developing a product throughout this year in an entrepreneurship class I am taking. I am working with four other classmates from other local high schools. First, my team and I interviewed 40 kids and parents about their struggles they had with school lunches. One of the common themes we heard was that school lunches and packed lunches tend to be unhealthy and unsatisfying, but it takes a lot of time to pack a different healthy lunch every day. We used some of their recurring problems to come up with an outline of a product that could solve them. Can I show you a little demo and ask you some questions about it?
That'd be delightful, yes.
Okay, glad to hear it. Okay, so this would be our homepage, our first slide. So you can see you can choose whether you want to auto select and ship every week, your preferred protein count, carb count, fat count, all of that good stuff.
Okay.
So I'm going to
I like
scroll down, and then you can see I have the options of preferred fruits and any
that.
dietary
Ooh.
restrictions I might have. I don't prefer anything, and I have no dietary restrictions, so I'm just going to click finish. So
Ooh.
let's say today is November 8th. I'm going to click on November 8th, and it's going to show me my meals. So for Monday, this would be starting off next week, and let's say I'm interested in the Italian panini. But I don't know what's in it. I'm going to click on the info button. It's going to show me all of its nutrition facts, its ingredients, just all that good stuff about it. So once I'm satisfied, I press X, and I've decided I want the panini. So I'm going to press the add button, and you're going to see it pop up on the right. So now I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to choose my preferred fruits. And let's say I like oranges, so I'm going to click the add button. And this process just goes on and on, like every single day. So for Tuesday, I'll just choose add, and then you get the gist of it. So
Wow.
for delivery, we're thinking about placing our product, like you order it and we'll deliver it to the school. And we're thinking about having a table in the entryway to the school, so when you show up, you can grab your hot, fresh, ready to go meal without taking up any backpack space or work preparation that you may have done on your own. So this is kind of what we were thinking. It has its dividers with its rice. Everything's separated. Nothing's going to get cross-contaminated, soggy, all that stuff.
Very fancy.
And so right here you can see the container would be using. It would be this, but cardboard. We had been thinking that if you gave us back our containers, we would give you a certain percent discount on every meal, say 2%, 5%, because A, it would help us reduce our costs because we don't have to buy new material every time, but it would be also saving the environment. What do you think about this?
I think saving the environment is a really good idea, and I'd be happy to drop off these containers somewhere to be picked up.
Okay, so I think you'd probably be even happier to know that we would pick it up from your house.
Oh my gosh, really? I would
Really,
love that idea.
really. Glad to hear it, David.
But at the same time, would it be worth it just to leave it at the school? Because then like I eat the lunch at school and I just leave it at school. And then like all of them are in one place.
That's something we didn't consider, David. That is a good
Mm.
point. That's a good point. So
Mm-hmm.
for meals, this is what we were thinking. For one meal, $12.50. The same for two meals. And as you got more and more meals per week, would give you a higher discount. So for 3 and 4 meals per week, it's $10.93, and if you get 5 meals a week, it's $9.87. What do you think about the prices?
I like the prices. I like how if you go the entire week, you get like a lot. You get like double the amount off. It incentivizes how you should get all meals, and that would mean that you basically would never buy a lunch from school, and you'd always have a healthy meal, which is good for the environment and yourself.
It is good for the environment and yourself. So, if this service was on the market right now, would you pay for it?
I probably would. Wait, oh, like, so is it like a week thing?
This is a weekly subscription.
So what I'd probably do is calculate the monthly price, and then I'd probably try it out for a couple weeks and then see if I like it. And if I do, then I keep doing that. And I'd almost certainly do the 5-1 because best value.
Best value. That's true. And why would you pay for this? Is it because of your health, for the taste? What's your reasoning?
My reasoning is that the school lunches are a bit and that I do want to pack lunches, but I am too busy. You know me, I'm just too busy in the morning, so I can't afford to do that. I mean, I can't afford it, but like, yeah, I would love doing this.
Yeah, you run like 7 miles per morning and just don't have the time for this.
Yeah, you know me.
All right. So now we're going to talk about the demo. So are there any questions that you think we should ask in the questionnaire that you think we missed?
Let me see. What would happen if you clicked not auto ship?
That means that every single week you would have to manually choose your meals and stuff. But if you didn't really care what you got and you kind of want a surprise and mix up, or you're too busy, you can press auto select and it would do it for you.
Oh, okay. And then like it would still ship if you press no.
Right, it would still ship. You just you have to choose the meals every week.
Okay, I see. No, I think that's a good amount of questions. I like it.
Okay. Were there any questions that you think should be changed?
There's no apples in the preferred fruit section, but no, I like it. But besides that, oh wait, another thing, actually, is carb counts are usually always above 100 for a lot of things. Like, is it like for the entire meal? So much every single carb count will probably be about above 100. That like someone wanted.
Right. I'm not really sure all the specifics, but I think we're marketing towards athletes. But you're probably I don't track carbs, so I don't really know.
Well, like when like you see a Lay's chip bag and it has 70 calories in it, so like the entire meal it has probably more than 70 calories, like 100.
Would you like to know that school lunches have less calories than 3 Oreos, David?
That's a good fact. I am glad I know that now.
Yeah, it's a real fact. Okay.
Wow, I feel so malnutritioned.
Yeah. Okay. So, and you mentioned the apple. What would you change to like add the apples in?
Well, let's see. I wouldn't remove any. You could honestly just add more options, like add another row of apples and maybe something else. If you wanted to remove anything, maybe like pears, because I'm not going to eat a pear, but that's just me. So it's like honestly just add another row of stuff, add an apple.
Okay. What food options would you want out of a service like this? Like, what do you like? What are you looking for?
Nothing specific. I would just say like a combination of like novel foods, like fun things you want to try, but also like stuff people will eat, because like fast food, like not fast food, but like stuff, not like something super fancy every week.
Right.
Then, like it would, yeah.
Like no fish and caviar, but like something nice and like I get what you're saying, David. Okay.
Yeah. Like.
What features are the most important to you?
Let me think. Honestly, just that you get like enough food, I guess. But like seeing the thing before, you definitely would. It's good that you include fruit, but I do see there's no like, is there like a side option? I think there was before. There was like a side for like.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah, that's good. Like, make sure you include the entire average high schooler meal.
Right.
So, like, for athlete, they probably wouldn't eat chips, but like, I wouldn't know. You'd have to like research that.
Right. But of what's listed, what specific feature impacts you the most? That like matters to you the most? Like the carb counts, the fruits, the restrictions. Like, what do you care about?
Probably carb count, honestly.
Carb count. Okay. And what about that is important?
Well, for athletes, like me, that you would need, like, you want to cut down on those carbs. You don't want to have a ton of carbs. So, like, you would make sure you want to get that accurate, and you want to, like, be able to have enough options that everyone, like, can get the exact carb count they want.
All right.
So, like, just, like, add more ranges. Maybe you can make, like, a text box instead of, like, a select thing, but yeah.
Okay. That's a good point. Text box.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And sorry?
You just like write whatever, like the range, like 200 to 300, something like that. But yeah.
Right. It's a little bit more like forgiving, I suppose, than the 100 plus, less than 50. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What features were the least important to you?
Um, to me specifically, the dietary restrictions, but I just don't have any allergies. People that had allergies, that would obviously be a big point. Um, yeah, but that, I guess for the average person, I don't know. I don't think about fat count, but that's just me. So I'm not the average. I don't know if I'm the average customer here.
Would you say we should remove any of these features?
Honestly, no. This is good.
Okay. What would you say could be improved about the existing features and selections?
Well, yeah, I said that text box thing before. Yeah, I honestly think that's it. Maybe also the other thing is if it like in the first option, the auto select, if regardless of whether you press yes or no, it still ships. So like get rid of the and ship part. But yeah.
Okay, okay. And is there anything that you would add, and not just like as in apples or whatever, but any kind of like questions that you would add?
Mm, I can't think of any on top of my head. If I did more thinking about it, maybe, but
Okay.
this is important ones definitely.
Well, thank you for letting me talk about you. Thank you for letting me talk to you about this product, David. We will definitely make some of the changes you mentioned. Would you be willing to talk in the future if I have more questions?
Yes, I would.
All right. Thank you, David.